North London is redder than it's ever been before. Arne Slot's had an up and down week. Ten Hag looks like he's turning things around, and his neighbours are going to court. You're watching Foot and Mouth. Welcome back to Foot and Mouth. Boys, how you doing?
I think Spons and I are both happy.
Yeah, Spons eventually ended up happy.
How are you content, Spons? 3-1 against AC Milan?
Because there was the result before that.
As per. As per. I'm used to this sort of thing. I know you guys don't.
No, we don't.
You guys can't really relate.
No.
Sorry, I'm not going to choose hate today.
Can't relate to what, bro? Like what?
Like
in the Champions League.
to relate to like having a good performance, having a bounce back performance that you can actually believe in.
Hey, there's one team here that won 7-0 loss.
Hey, there's one team that bounced back with the derby win, brother.
There we
Never
go.
mind
Let's-
bouncing back.
Let's
We
touch
can't
on
relate to
that.
bouncing back off of a Nottingham Forest home loss.
Yeah,
That's what we can't relate
that's
to.
the-
I
I can't relate
can't
to that.
banter me.
I
You
can't
can't.
relate. No.
You can't.
That's what we
Just
can't
get tired.
relate to.
Let's start with who we can
You
banter
so
with.
badly
though.
wanted
Man
to
City.
banter.
Yeah,
Man City's
we
being
can banter
charged.
Man
Finally,
City.
it's happening.
It started on Monday. We are recording this on Wednesday, so it's been going on for 2 days now. Also, no result is going to be had
it's-
anytime soon.
No, it's gonna be a long thing.
Anytime soon,
And
but
City,
yeah.
and City are gonna try
So
their
this
hardest
is
to
like
make it
GTA
longer.
6 news.
Yep, basically.
Like, it's coming
you
out,
get
but,
told
like,
now,
whenever.
but look, technically, this has been going on for like 6 years. You know what I mean? Like when
Yes.
when those emails got hacked the first time that
Isn't
it
from,
started.
like, isn't the thing from like 08?
Yep, that's when all
That's
the
a-
drama
that's a
starts.
long
I
time
think it's
ago.
from who was it? Was
No,
it
man, the
Mancini?
charges-
Was it
Mancini.
Mancini?
I think the
Yeah,
charges
the
start
charges
from like
started
08.
from
But like
08.
we didn't know about it. Since
No, we
No,
didn't.
no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
But this they're going through info that dates back that far back.
That's a long time, dude. And a lot of that has nothing to do with Guardiola.
Look, Ethan, you obviously are convinced nothing's going to come from this.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
think
yeah.
nothing's going to come from
I think
this?
City are gonna, with their money, with the influence,
They're going to get away with it.
They are literally gonna either like extend this process so long that
Yeah.
by the end of it, everyone's like, I just throw it out of court.
You know what? They obviously are throwing out some potential outcomes of this.
Yes.
It's being handled by an independent commission as well. So one of the suggestions was obviously expelling Man City from the Premier League,
Expelliarmus.
which apparently would have significant
Is that the same thing
consequences.
as relegation?
Yeah,
I guess,
or
yeah.
maybe it's a matter of like, because the thing is, if you're gonna expel them, they'll just come right back up the next season if they go to the
What's wrong
championship.
with that?
Yeah, I don't see.
Well-
I don't see an issue with that either.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think when you consider the amount of charges that they're facing and everything, like it's a matter of because you kind of screwing over. You guaranteed to screw someone over in the championship now because of Man City's bad dealings.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
what do you want to do to them?
Me.
Yeah,
I'm saying drop
what do
them
you
to
wanna
like
do?
Division 3, brother.
Sheesh. I
You
don't. I
make them
don't
have
think
to, make
that's.
them have to climb the ranks.
don't
bro.
think that's gonna
We've
happen.
seen
Does
Juventus
that
get
ever happen?
relegated
Yeah,
for
but
less. We've
how
seen
far-
Monaco
how
get
far-
relegated for less.
Juventus didn't go all the way down.
Juventus went, but again, they didn't
did
have
though, they did.
115 charges
Fair
to
enough,
their
but
name.
they did get. I mean,
They got relegated.
But
Just one
just
below.
one,
Same
yeah,
with
yeah.
Monaco. Monaco went one below.
I
But
think,
I'm saying,
I think City, if anything, will just get one.
let's
There's
say,
no way they- there's no way they're gonna drop them
let's say
down all the way.
Juventus got dropped down because of 10 charges that Man City, 10 of the charges that Man City are accused of. Do you still think that dropping by one league is fair
Well, look,
on not only the championship, but do you think that it does any type of justice to the amount of charges they face?
We also don't know how many of these charges are going to stick.
No, that's true.
Because
That's
what, there's
true.
115. I saw some video where, like, if you break it down, there's like five major.
They're all like umbrella charges.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like
Literally.
breakdowns on other charges, on other charges, on other
Literally,
charges.
bro.
So if you take away like the main one, which maybe they're innocent for, it takes away like 10 charges. You know what I mean?
And it's obviously it's things like faking how much money they've been making from sponsorships.
sponsors.
They weren't upfront or not upfront. They weren't honest about how much they were paying coaches like Mancini.
Yes.
Uh,
And one of them is also like the fuck. What is it? There was yeah. But yeah, no. It's
Whatever
that
it is,
sucks.
it's bad.
You can't
It's
say
bad.
what the
No,
one of the
there
things
was-
is got-
It's bad,
it's
bro.
the one of them is like not complying.
Yeah, or
Lit-
giving like they giving incorrect. They
So they cook-
failed to give
Yeah,
to provide
cooking the
information
books.
that they
They're
Yes,
just
that they,
cooking the
no,
books.
in the
exactly.
books,
But
basically,
and
bro.
but I think like the non-compliance charges, I think are like the least of their worries. I think those ones don't have
It's
like
the
much.
financial
Those
stuff.
ones will maybe just have like a little point deduction or whatever. But the other ones are like big
It's
charges.
the finances, because UEFA themselves were obviously obviously the first to launch an investigation on Man City.
And nothing came of that.
And nothing came of that, but now the Premier League are on it. And so this is kind of like it's not just one...
Why did nothing come of the UEFA's charges?
I don't know. I wasn't paying enough attention to it at the time, you know. But now it's a matter of, like, this is the biggest story that's happened in the Premier League.
As it should be.
In ages, bro. But
As
yeah,
it
look,
should be.
obviously, I mean, if they get dropped down by one league, then so be it. Like I say, I just think that that's a little bit unfair to the championship as well, because now they only get 2 teams that will come up instead of the 3 that would have been coming up.
City might...
Because Man City
all
are
the
imagine that, bro. Man City go to the championship, and I mean, if they lose everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
When
they
they
lose
drop.
everyone.
But another option that was entertained was the suggestion of applying points deductions over several seasons to severely impact their
That-
chances of winning the league.
I smack that.
That
That's a
probably
cool
makes
idea.
more sense.
Now,
yeah.
my question
Drop
is,
them like 15.
I was going to say, my question is, how many points do you
15.
think it'd take
15.
to actually
15
jeopardize
per season.
15
to
per
actually
season.
jeopardize Man
15
City's?
per season.
15, yeah. That is actually...
10
good
That's
too
5
little.
losses. So you starting Man City over the handicap of 5 losses.
Yeah.
You don't think they win the league off of that?
No.
It's not
Has
about
any
that,
other
it's
club-
not that.
has any other
They
club in the
can.
Prem-
I'm just saying it gives Arsenal, Liverpool
Yes, yeah.
much better chance.
I think Arsenal and
But
Liverpool
what
would
I'm
go on to
asking
it.
is now, like, based off of last season,
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
again, this is 5 L's we're talking about.
Yes.
I haven't
thought about it.
scrutinized
Five-
the
five
league
is enough.
table, but Man City have never lost 5 games in
It's
one
not
season,
about
right?
handicapping them so that they lose. It's handicapping them enough so that it's fair.
So
No,
that,
I
yeah,
know,
fair, that
I
is-
understand that, but like I'm saying,
me?
I don't think Man
to
City have
Logan
ever
Faye
lost.
is them losing though.
No, I'm saying I don't think Man
Logan
City
always
have.
tries to open up the... Have you thought about it this way, though?
I'm just asking. I don't think Man City have ever lost 5 games in a season.
No, I
but
get
I do
that.
believe that the team that finishes second has more than 5 losses to their name.
Fair enough. That's
That's all I'm saying. I'm
Okay.
just saying that's the big question for me is how many points would absolutely make sure they don't win this league.
oh, more than 15.
No,
yes,
But 15 is...
I'm like, if you're gonna do this, give them 20 a season.
But you
bro.
see,
No, but then
you
now-
want to
now-
make sure they don't win the league. They
Because-
still should have a chance of winning the league.
Yeah.
If they
I wanna
are
make
really
it
sure.
fair. You
I
don't,
wanna-
wanna,
you don't
you
wanna-
don't,
look,
you don't want to take them out of the
I'm
equation.
a firm believer that they should be dropped from the Prem
I think so too.
altogether.
No,
I
that's
think so too.
silly.
But
I
if
think
they're
they,
gonna-
I should think they should get relegated. One relegation. Go
They
down
s-
one level.
They're still a team with coaches and players just like everyone else. Yes, how they've gone, the
No,
best
not
coaches.
just like everyone else.
Just like how... But they are.
Not
But
just like everyone
how
else.
they've gotten it, like,
Yes.
is up to debate.
So
But
you're
my point
saying you
is-
don't want to blame the players and the coaches?
No,
and
I
stuff?
also don't
my
want to
point
blame.
is,
I
at
don't
the
think
end
it's
of
the
day-
players' fault.
No. At the end of the day, they are adjust. Don't fucking like... You know what? You still want them there.
Well,
Yeah.
that's where the consequences come in when they said if they do expel them, obviously you're losing a lot of eyes, you're losing a lot of revenue because they have stars
No,
in
that's
that
not
team.
what I'm saying. I'm not saying from I get pleasure in watching
I'm
them because
sorry,
they
no,
just.
we're not about
I'm
to talk
saying-
about Man City as being like Premier League heritage,
No,
bro.
no. I'm not saying
No,
that.
I
I'm saying
think- I think they are.
as a rival, which it has been a rival for the last couple of years. I don't.
That's all built
I don't want
on
to.
a farce.
I don't want to hand out. I don't want to hand out.
Yes.
But I don't think
And
that's
the
a
fa-
handout. I think that's
I think
just
it's a handout.
the Premier League absolutely being
Maybe
stern
you
on
thi-
their rules, bro.
I think maybe you might think it's more of a handout.
I think it's too light. If they stay
No,
in the
that's a
Premier
handout.
League, because remember they were also supposed to be suspended from the UEFA,
No,
and
maybe-
from the Champions League, and
I
they
think
fought that off to get it as a
You
suspended ban.
You view it that way maybe because you've only competed with them once and it was so difficult. Whereas
Even
we
if
competed
Arsenal
with
were
them
finishing 8th, I would have
consistently.
still been calling for this. But I
No.
was calling for when we finished
I don't
8th.
know. I think if you competed with him and just.
No, I'm saying when these emails
on
came out, I was calling for them to get relegated. Why? Because we've seen clubs with actual heritage like Juventus get relegated for less. So if
Yes,
Juventus can go down,
I think
It's not
I think they should get relegated for sure. They should definitely get some kind of like huge money fines. You know
it's
what I
gotta
mean?
be, bro.
But
I said the happy medium is the points thing.
just points every season.
Yeah.
For how many seasons?
That's
Well, that's up to the
another
independent
discussion. The point is like they're gonna get points lost. It's a little thing on their back that they have to get over every season. It's
Yes.
almost like if you give them one punishment, one big one is like it's gonna have to be big enough to.
I think
for them to
relegation.
feel
I think
the-
relegation is big enough.
Yeah,
though,
but it's,
don't
it's,
you?
It's
And
Well,
also,
it
and
comes-
also,
it
let's-
comes
you
with
can
financial caps.
you can potentially recover from it very
You can,
quickly.
you can,
Whereas
but I'm
a
saying,
10
like,
points
or-
for like
or-
7 seasons. Okay,
for
that's
sure.
not realistic, but like
But it
every
hits you
season you're
harder.
gonna be like fuck.
For sure. I just think that
Yeah.
like
Which is
I
basically
just think
every season when other teams were ignorantly competing against this team where they didn't know that they unfairly
Yes.
cheating or whatever.
Yep.
and on that I think the titles should be taken away.
Okay, now
I think that should. I think look.
Now you see, if you go there, then you must. If you're gonna strip them, you must give it too.
Yeah.
I know that's the thing.
No,
I
not-
don't want.
not
I
only
wouldn't.
I don't want the title
I wouldn't
from
do that. I
2013.
wouldn't.
I
Honestly,
don't want
They
it
can't
in
have a
2019.
championless season. They
honestly,
can't have
I would
championless
just I would just
seasons.
null and void those seasons.
that's
they
silly.
can't.
They
They will.
can't
They
do
will
that.
just be a line through
No,
those
then it's
seasons.
Nah, they
not.
can't do
Well
that.
then,
bro.
well then, technically, give it to the guys in second.
I don't want
you know what
I
the
know you. I
problem
know
is.
you don't.
Maybe that's me.
I
I
know
don't
you
know
don't want
what
it.
other
I know you
owners
don't
is.
want it sponsored.
Do
But
you want it?
Oh no, I'm not gonna fight it. But my thing is, I just think
you
it's
see,
a matter.
I'm the same as Logan.
I'm
I'm the same as Logan.
I'm not
How's it-
stripping.
How
I'm
many
not.
will
I'm
you
not.
get?
I think United gets one.
Why not?
Yeah, they, Ollie
Ollie
gets
19
in a
points
second.
behind them though. But
Get
fucking-
in there,
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
that having a
That's
championless season is good by any account. Hello, Kat.
What do you think?
I don't think that's good by any account. But I will say, because again, the one thing I think is you can't blame the players. The players, you can't now punish them by taking away medals that they achieved because this club was moving corrupt. You know what I mean?
Technically, you can.
No, the player, but it wasn't the players' fault. But the players signed a contract that they were offered. They were just doing their job as a professional footballer.
It's like unlucky. It's like when
I think,
no,
look,
you
again,
look at it
I
from a
think that's
business
harsh.
standpoint. No. Look from a business standpoint. Like if a business closes down, you'd be like, oh, you can't blame the employees.
Yes,
or
the
whatever.
employees. Yeah.
Imagine a company you work for gets charged for 150 different charges, and you also now end up getting caught up in all the nonsense because you accepted a job.
It's not criminal charges, dude.
I'm saying if the company gets caught up on criminal charges and you now have to answer for some of those charges just because you work
Okay,
there.
but no,
That's
but-
what you're saying.
no,
These
I'm
players
saying-
must now
no,
pay
I'm
for
saying-
it because
I'm-
their
no, I'm saying-
employer
No, I'm
was
saying
corrupt.
if you work at a company and your company's corrupt,
Huh?
Technically, you
you're
are
not-
as well,
You're
yeah.
not gonna get a fucking job at the end
No,
of the day.
but what I'm saying is so you think
you're not
that
gonna
is-
play football and you're not gonna get your bag.
but so,
basically.
okay,
you can't
but-
go to work because your company's at court.
But by
That's
what-
how it
by
works
what-
in that
so
world.
by
Just
what
because
you
they
said-
football,
by
they can
what-
go play for another club.
by what you said,
No,
that's-
what a bracket do,
They
go
can
work for another
They can go
company.
play for another.
So by
club.
what you said, that is fair. Because I mean, we saw someone like this at Damlin. Remember all the students that went to Damlin and they studied, and then they found out that all of their
null and
diplomas
void.
and stuff counted for nothing
And
because
so what
the-
did they
the-
do? So okay.
No, the students were just screwed over. They had to go and start a
Exactly.
brand new course somewhere. Do you think that's fair?
Not fair, but
No, that's all
unlucky.
I'm asking. You don't think it's fair, but you think it's unlucky.
But unfortunately, life
that's
isn't
how
fair.
it is.
Sometimes
Fair enough.
sometimes you do get fucked by a company.
Fair
Should be
enough.
made for like for the players because like they wear shorts.
And
to
also,
work.
No, I
and
get
also
that.
taking away these trophies and shit. What the fuck does these players still got paid money? They still fine.
But it's about more than money, bro. Like
No,
these
I-
are actual achievements that this
that
team
they got sourly.
Exactly.
the team played and earned them. Okay,
Okay,
the way
so,
the
okay.
team was built is the
Again,
problem.
okay, let me
That's
just ask
it.
You, okay, let me ask you this now. Would you rather have it, but you always have to have, you must reiterate, you must always say the but, or would you just take it away? Say you were a City fan. Say you were a City player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would say someone comes at you with this
Yeah.
issue, and your argument, you have two options to argue with. Would you rather argue the fact that I've got it, but you must, I must take it with a pinch of salt because I
Yes,
must
obviously
hold,
we
you
know
must
the
hold
context,
That, you
yeah.
must mention it, or would you? Okay, fine. Take it away from me because I didn't actually win this fairly. Which
that's-
one is
that's-
it?
that for
It's
me-
both a fucking mouthful.
No, look,
Yes, it's
for,
both a
for me,
mouthful.
I think the players won it fairly because literally the only problem here, and
get
you,
that.
you talk about unlucky for the players. I say unlucky to everybody else in the leagues that know that the Prem didn't catch on to what Man City were doing sooner. The players are bought in.
No.
in
I hear what you're saying.
They
I
were
hear what you're
bought
saying.
in regular circumstances. They were bought as any other transfer
not
would go
it's
down.
not unlucky to the
That's
other teams.
unlucky to the other teams,
No,
bro. Because
they
they could have
cheated.
done what
they
City were
didn't
doing.
cheat.
They could have done what
No,
City are doing,
City
but they
cheated.
didn't fang on.
No, City cheated.
And nobody knew. So what I'm saying is everything City did, you could have had
It's
a
not
Newcastle.
unlucky. It's
You
not
could have had a
unlucky.
Newcastle do the exact same thing and earn all the same achievements that Man City have achieved, but they didn't think of it first.
I don't think
they didn't do it in a way to get away with
I
it
don't-
like Man City did.
I don't
That's
think it's-
unlucky.
I don't think it's
but
unlucky,
the players
no.
that are there, the players that won those matches, that scored those goals, that
They
kept that.
are lucky. It's not that it's not unlucky that Arsenal didn't win the league last season. It's lucky.
No,
that
it's
City-
Man City are that good.
It's Man City are lucky to be in the position to be that good.
They definitely are. They are lucky to have been able to build the team they could
You
build
can't say
before
that-
these
you
rules.
can't say
Before
Liverpool-
these rules were
You
implemented,
can't
Man
say
City
Liverpool
built
and
that team.
Arsenal are unlucky for not cheating. That's silly.
No, what I'm saying is, again, this is me just reiterating. I can't
Yeah.
blame the players for accepting a move to this club as they
No.
would any other club. That's all they did. All that they
Yes,
did was accept a
But
transfer to
like
Manchester
Sponsi
City.
said, if a company goes under, the employees go under. It's not the employee's
Yeah, that's
fault.
the risk
That's
you
just
take.
life.
No,
That's
I
just
understand.
life.
Why there's contracts and all that shit.
But that's why what I'm just saying is, I wouldn't strip
That's
them
the
of the
bus-
medals
Nah,
because
that's the-
those players beat those teams they beat to win
Yes,
those
but
medals. That's the simple as.
Unfortunately,
That's the
the whole
business risk
the
that
whole
you take.
structure behind
I
that
guess.
was fake. The structure,
Yeah,
the whole
let us know.
the thing that built this to this point where you can be so good is all on
Yeah.
nothing. The whole
I
thing
think you
should come
strip
down.
the higher ups and the players that look again.
Fuck your
we'll leave
agent
it up
for
to
not
you
doing
guys.
due
Do you
diligence
guys
and
think that
not-
it makes sense to strip the players of all their achievements because of what the higher ups at Man City did?
Yeah. One more thing.
And do you think that Man City should get relegated or
Yes.
have that points deduction across
Yeah.
multiple seasons?
And when you think of it, just consider this. Like, I know this is very harsh, but like, you can quite fairly say that their agents didn't do their due diligence.
No,
and
yeah,
didn't-
yeah.
and didn't fang on that this club is. They saw. No one said this is too good to be true. They just
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah,
this is on
100%.
paper perfect. So maybe players that didn't sign for City looked at us like, wait, man, no man.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's
Yeah,
no way.
there's no
maybe
way.
I'm gonna
I
take
haven't
my-
heard many stories about players that turned down a move to City.
Very. I'm
Yeah,
clutching.
yeah.
I'm clutching. But
But it's possible.
What I'm
It
trying
is
to
possible.
What I'm trying to say is, you can't. Yeah, they won the medals. Yeah, they got the trophies. But you can't also turn around and say, it's not their fault because all they're doing is kicking a ball and playing with passion. Now they got brains in their fucking heads.
Yes.
dude.
No, fair
They-
enough.
they
bro.
must- they have
Fair
teams
enough.
behind
and,
them.
and they saw an opportunity that they took.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And now
And
they're
like you said, the opportunity was
away.
too good to be true. But the club clearly got away with this for upwards of 15 years before anybody caught on.
If this
Do
all
you know what I
does
mean?
turn out to be true, does this take anything away from Guardiola? Is he no longer the GOAT?
No, even that. I still don't think it takes anything away from Guardiola
does.
because he literally just did his job. He was a coach who got
But
offered
again,
players that he wanted to
the
buy.
whole structure behind him
In
is
a-
fake.
in a- in a
I don't think
sweet
that matters, bro.
circumstance,
Sweet
bro.
circumstance.
I don't think that matters. I think he literally was. He's just the manager. He don't own the club. He wasn't a part of the corruption because he doesn't have an influence or an impact on how much money the club makes
That
through
is true.
sponsorship. He doesn't negotiate sponsorship deals.
But
he doesn't
But
negotiate.
he's definitely whether
The
it's
fact that it's a conversation, the
Yes.
fact that we are having
Just-
the
okay,
debate,
no.
just-
Look, just like
is
whether
evidence that something is being. The fact that there's a question, the fact that there's
Yeah.
an actual debate, is evidence that something is being taken away.
Okay.
There's no. If there was no
No,
question,
I
then there
I
is
get
no
it. You
question.
No,
guys-
and again, whether he knew or not, either way, he's getting more money than any other club in the Premier League.
But he has earned it. Based on his achievements,
the
he
fuck
has
does
earned
that
it.
mean? He
He
has
earned
earned
it from
more
the
money than
minute he
anyone
joined
else.
Man City. Because when he
No.
came to Man City, he came in as the most decorated manager in the game.
Yeah,
No,
fair
that
enough.
doesn't mean you should get more money than anyone else.
I think that literally, that's why
Nah,
the best
nah,
players
wait,
get
wait,
paid
of course
more.
you
The
must get
best
more money.
managers
It's
get
the
paid
best.
more.
No, I don't mean that. I'm saying his club, because of the falsifying money thing,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
Oh no,
able to give him a
100%.
bigger transfer budget
But
than
again,
anyone else.
nobody's ever questioned how much he's earned since he got
No,
there.
I'm not questioning how much he's earning. I'm saying how much he's given in transfer budgets and shit. He's built this team.
Oh, you mean how much he has to spend?
He's built this
Yeah,
team by
but-
spending
No,
by
again-
spending fake money.
And again, I can't blame the manager for being told, hey, you got 300 mil to spend, and he spends the money.
you can.
I blame the
though.
manager if they said, listen, we got 300 mil to spend, but 150 of it is money. And then you go, well, we'll spend the 300 anyway.
Why are they
All
so
he's
moral?
doing
Why
as his job.
Why are they morally so? What's the word? Like, I know. One like. It's too easy. I think you're giving them.
Yeah,
such
yeah.
like it's too easy.
Yeah,
to say,
I just work here. I just
Ah,
work here.
no,
Hey,
again,
no, I get
I
it. I
think
see what you're saying.
just as much as I understand, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is the spectrum.
Yeah, yeah,
you guys
yeah.
are like, damn, the whole system from top to
It's-
bottom,
'cause
they
it
all
is.
got to pay.
The
And
structure
I
on
just
which the
think-
system is built,
I just
it doesn't
think that
exist.
these 115 charges
No,
came
that's-
because of decision making, and the decision makers are the ones that should
No,
pay.
that's
That's
what-
just how I
that's
feel.
not what I'm
we,
saying.
That's just how I
we
feel.
can't just punish the decision makers because unfortunately
That's-
those decisions have ripple effects.
I think anybody that was in the know gets punished.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That-
I'm
that-
saying
that's
it's
it.
not a whether you knew or not. I'm saying the fact that this question is actually the delay, or is causing delay, in my opinion. That you need to distinguish who's at fault here. Nah, there's no who's at fault. The club is
The
at
club
fault.
is at fault.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you're gonna punish the club,
Yeah.
then it would. And it's a yes or no.
Well,
And
no,
I
well,
think
that's what I say.
That's
I-
with all this 115 charge. I think that's the actual. That's not whether they're guilty or not. It's like, okay, how are we gonna punish the club but not punish Pep and
Yes.
not punish? And that's what's taking so long. Bullshit. Pep's there.
the
they
players
were
are there.
Punish the
Whoever's
fucking-
there get punished.
Well, yeah, that's it. For me, for you guys, that makes sense. For me, I don't think that
Because
makes
it
sense.
doesn't make
That's
sense.
all. No, I'm saying,
We
to
can't-
me personally, it doesn't make sense to punish the people that just accepted a job offer and were doing their jobs.
But we can't
That's
physically.
part of the business risk of accepting a
We
job.
No,
can't-
I guess. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I don't think that you expect corruption to be going on when you get offered a deal to join a Premier League winning club. You know what I mean?
It's like being offered a position at a club that
Yeah.
they promise you Champions League football and you're gonna win, and then you don't win.
Bro, I don't
Do you blame the
this
player?
is like if I join a job and they offer me a salary, I'm not going, yo, but why can you offer me that much money, bro? How's this business doing? I'm just going, salute. There's my signature.
And again-
I'm working
And
here.
again, when the company goes down, you do too.
When the company goes down, I will lose my job, but I'm not going to face criminal charges for accepting
No,
this
but they're
job.
not- they're
These
facing
players aren't
criminal
being. I like.
charges.
No,
but
I
they still
understand.
have all the money they earn.
I
The only
get
thing I'm
that.
taking away is
And
a
that's what
fucking
I'm
medal.
saying.
From
I
them.
know
I don't
that
give a
you.
shit.
I know that
Yeah.
you guys firmly believe that because they got paid for it, they
Yes.
can lose the medal.
No, it's not
And I'm
about paying.
saying,
I know what you're saying. They don't deserve the heritage credit.
no, I don't think the club
Even the
deserves the
name-
heritage credit
the
either.
players
I'm just
even-
saying
even
the
the names
players
are in the
players
history book.
scored those goals, they played those matches, they won those games, they
Under
beat those
unfair
teams.
circumstances.
The only unfair circumstances that the club shouldn't have been able to afford to buy the players that are there.
Which
the
is
team
unfair.
played fair football
They got-
on the
yeah,
game.
yeah,
They
yeah.
played fair football.
But they resources to get the unfair advantage. It's like you can't.
But again, that's not the player.
Logan, imagine.
I don't
It is
think
the players, they're
that's
part of
not
it.
the player's fault because the player
They
was
are.
bought. The
They
agent
bought-
came and said, Man City wants you. And the player said, I'll go. The
It's
player
Man
didn't go,
City's
well,
fault.
how many
It's Man
players do
City's
they have? Can they afford
it's
me?
Man City's
Legally,
fault.
does it make sense that they can afford this price for me? I mean, I don't know. That's not their job to think about. Their job is to accept the best offer that they have to climb their footballing table. And if Man City go down, a lot of these players will move on to
they
clubs like
fucked up.
Madrid and
They-
Barcelona.
so they fucked up by choosing
I'm
Man
with you on
City.
saying the agents probably didn't do their due diligence. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm saying Man City hid this from the whole Premier League and UEFA for
Yes.
like 15 years.
Yes.
I'm not expecting agents to come in here as Sherlock fucking Holmes and figure out that this club is corrupt. They're
No,
just
that's
looking
not
for
what
the
I'm
best
saying.
deal for their player.
That's not what- yes.
Simple as. Yeah, look, after much debate, we'll call it there on Man City's endeavours. Let us know, do you guys think relegation is fair? Points deduction is fair? And should the players and the coach be stripped of the medals that they won? It is a fair argument. Let us know in the comments below. But we will get back to matters at hand. Last time we all sat together, boys, we made some predictions for the match week 4 in the Premier League. And I've got some score updates.
Yeah, okay.
So
Before that, Spencer was winning.
Spencer was winning.
Spencer
Hey,
now.
I'm using
Spons
I'm using
was
a
winning.
loose government name.
The scores going into this, it was me on 10 in last place, Ethan second with 11, and Spons first with 12 points. After this week, I can let you know we have a new leader. We have a new
I
leader.
wonder who it is.
And in third place,
One of us predicted Man United winning their game.
I'll put myself third because I was the first to get there, so I'll hold it down. But Spons and I both tied on 16.
I wonder why.
I got 6 right in the last game week. Spons got 4 right in the last game week. Ethan, new leader with 7 correct predictions.
How many games?
Takes him up to 18. 10. out of
Yo,
10.
that's fucking
It's kind
good.
of poetic that I got 7 predictions.
So,
Considering,
you
can't
considering United
fucking-
won
No,
7-0
but
last night.
you can't count the United one because it's not like you're gonna predict your team's gonna lose.
I'm predicting to win.
A prediction's a correct prediction is a correct prediction.
I know
Okay.
ball. I know Ten Hag. I know what he's doing, bro. He
Um,
knows what he's doing.
I will say that both of you guys were spot on with the Crystal Palace Leicester score. 2-2
Nice.
was the score. And I think that's the only game that anybody was dead
Fucking
on for.
Everton,
Yeah.
bruh. I
Uh,
think I got the Everton right score. Just the wrong way around, isn't it?
Everton. No, Everton you said was going to be.
Did I give him a
you said
draw?
2-2. You said 2-2 again. You said 2-2 again. And it was very well,
was 2-2
may have
for a
been,
fucking
bro.
long time, bro.
If not for Duran coming through to save the day for
What a
Aston
banger.
Villa. But yeah, it was an up and down one. Brighton Ipswich obviously screwed us all over. Liverpool Forest screwed us all over. And then yeah, like the rest of it happened as it happened. But yeah, Ethan is in the lead so far. Look, kicking things off, I'm just gonna take the mantle here because,
Sick,
like I did say in the intro,
Yo,
North
I gave it
London
to
is
Ars-
red.
Yes, I was gonna say I gave it to Arsenal.
No, you didn't.
Didn't I?
You gave it to Spurs. Yes, because
I gave it to
you
Arsenal.
you actually called it a draw, but you had said if there's gonna be a winner, it'll be Spurs. That's what you said in
That's
the
because
episode.
of your like whole head-to-head
In the
bullshit,
episode,
and we
you
never
said
win.
straight up.
Wait, this is what I do remember saying is like, if the old Arsenal loses this game, if they win, this is now official new Arsenal.
Yeah,
proper.
And it is. It's the first time that we've won 3 away
Yeah.
games to Spurs in the league since 1988. Arteta can safely say that he's the only manager in the club's history to pull that off. And
Invincibles didn't do that.
Nope,
Yeah,
Invincibles
fucking
never beat them.
So this
I
is-
don't.
yeah.
I don't even think the Invincibles beat them
This is
twice
new
in a row
Arsenal,
away
bro.
from home, bro.
This is proper like new Arsenal. I mean, you could have said it a long time ago, but like, there's no doubt. Now.
No, this for me is honestly the most satisfying North London derby win I've ever seen, bro. Because it was Spurs' best chance of finally getting 3 points off of us, considering the absentees. But obviously, going into the game, we had more injuries with Zinchenko being ruled out as well.
It was their
Why
best.
were Arsenal fans not confident, bro?
Well, just because we know how important Zinchenko, we know how important
I asked him,
Odegaard and Declan Rice are.
that very same question on the last week. And he's
Dude,
like,
it's
our head-to-heads.
Look, hey, it's
and blah, blah.
it's because the importance of Odegaard and the importance of
fair
Declan
enough,
Rice,
fair
right?
enough.
The context is in here is Tottenham is dog shit.
No, but also the context here is that even Arsenal Invincibles never won 3 on the bounce at their
Yeah,
own
but
ground.
I would argue those are better. Tottenham. I think this has less to do with Arsenal and more to do with where Tottenham are.
No, fair enough. I don't think you can blame any Arsenal fan for having that reservation because we've literally never seen this happen. But like since 1988, like I said, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
if
but-
anybody's still alive and watching this team from that time.
Like you've seen both of these teams transform since then. You've seen a new manager come in at
Hey,
Tottenham.
I've seen Arsenal as a better team lose to the worst Spurs team.
That's what I said earlier on. It's official new Arsenal.
Yeah.
They still maybe are stuck on old memories and shit, and that's why. Well, I'm saying, I think you're on the same page. Is like, why?
Yeah, why?
We seeing the new Arsenal.
Yeah,
we
literally.
convinced by
Yeah.
it. I think your fans must be a little bit more
like,
convinced
I
by it.
don't know
like
any-
Neil at work, Kyle at work, both of them Arsenal fans, both of them thought that Arsenal would lose.
Yeah, I don't know. I never
why?
expected a loss, and the more Arsenal fans I spoke to, worst case scenario, were expecting a draw if anything. But it's just going in. It was so hard to go into it confident of a win when we are going to their home ground and we are lacking such key players. You know what I mean? Like I said, defensively going into this game, I was fine. I
Yes.
told you in the last
Again,
episode, I
that's-
wasn't worried about their attacking threat
Yes.
because our defense is fine. It was just the goal scorers, and it did take a glorious set piece to pull it off, bro. Gabriel coming through with another
but
header.
let's be honest though, we know Spurs are
So
bad at set pieces,
glorious.
and Arsenal have always been good at set pieces.
Hey, like I said,
ever since that new set
yeah.
piece coaching,
Yeah,
that's
that-
literally been
that
Arsenal.
is true.
Yo, that is okay.
Like
Nicholas-
this game was made for
They
Arsenal.
don't.
Nicholas Silva, bro.
They don't forget to mention it. Eh?
Yeah, they don't.
fuck-
and they love to show that
That
set
man-
piece coach on
that
all the
man,
time.
they-
But I'm sorry because it is literally monumental.
No, it is.
The
It's-
job that he's
it's
doing
made a
there
huge
is
difference. It's
phenomenal.
made a huge
and they
difference.
won't let us forget it.
Gabriel's the
Definitely
highest
won't.
goal scoring centre back since he joined
I
Arsenal.
remember I
in
used to,
Europe.
I remember
Is
I
he
used to
better
hate
than-
on that man, bro.
Is it?
Well, no, it just never
Didn't
convinced
convince
me.
you.
Like
because
now
he's the one that has a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's the one that
now
has a
he's-
mistake.
he's
If you could pick one,
Yeah,
is he
the
better than
headlines
Saliba?
The
I
headlines
still
are
take
always
Saliba,
about
bro.
Saliba.
I know,
I still
feel-
take Saliba.
So now the fact that Gabriel,
I would
is-
say because of the goal scoring threat, Gabriel's better.
I still take Saliba because again, when it comes to
not
doing
better.
what a defender should do, Saliba does it.
who are you
better.
gonna partner with Van Dijk? Saliba or fucking Gabriel?
I would do Gabriel.
No, you
Van
lying.
Dijk is good enough where you can partner him with anyone.
But that's
no,
why the
but-
two of them work. And now you're getting the debate that Arsenal have the best centre-back partnership in Europe.
I
And
would-
I mean, I
would-
think it's
I
hard
would-
to argue
I
against
I
it.
don't
at
know
this
about
point.
Europe. I don't watch enough other European teams, but I'd say
Prem,
in the
Prem,
Premier League,
Prem.
yeah, definitely in the Premier League.
But,
Well,
but
again,
look, the Prem is best in the Europe, I guess. Whatever.
But the thing is, like, who's Madrid's centre?
Whoever
I
it
don't
is,
know.
they conceded a goal last night to Stuttgart.
Oh yeah, they did. Eh?
And they've got Rudiger as well. It's also a
yeah,
decent goal scorer.
Rudiger's good. Yeah.
fucking
Decent goal scorer.
Okay, but it's not really City's centre back pairing. It's
Stone-
more
Stones
it's,
and-
but it's more their
Look,
midfield.
I don't
and
think we have.
centre-back.
I don't think we have the best all-round back line in Europe. You know
No,
what I
but-
mean?
but
It's
you-
just centre-back
No, but yeah,
partnership.
the two
defense is
centre- the
very
two
solid.
centre-backs.
Just
Your
centre
guys
back
are-
partnership.
your guys
And
are-
honestly, at the rate that Yuri and Timber is going, I think it's not long before we do start having an
Should he
argument.
have
for
gotten
having
a
the best
red
back
card
line.
for that over the?
Hell no.
No. The thing is, we saw
Hell
the same
no.
thing happen to Casemiro. I think it was last year where he went over the ball and studs the guy.
Well, that's the thing. Remember, there was no follow through with Timber's
It was a
challenge. That's
fif-
the thing.
it's a
There was
50-50
zero follow through.
North London derby. You don't pull
yeah,
out.
but again, if you when you watch the highlights, it's
And that Hogan
literally
kinda pulled
it's
out.
just Pedro Porro trying his. He didn't even need medical attention after he's crying on the pitch. He got up fine and played fine. When you watch the full, because everyone keeps sharing the screenshot
Yes, of
the
yeah,
tiny
yeah.
contact. What everyone isn't sharing is the screenshot of Timber's foot on the ball.
Yes, he rolls.
And as soon as it rolls off, he's already in the
Yeah, I
act
mean,
of
Curtis-
pulling the ball
That
back.
happened to Curtis Jones. He got a red card.
If that happened to Casemiro,
but I mean,
he got a
No,
red card.
we saw the Curtis Jones and Casemiro stuff online. Both of those incidents, the players followed, and that was an unfortunate follow through because it was momentum. Because it was momentum.
No, it shouldn't be. I'm just saying, like, looking back, Casemiro literally got a.
I think more of a talking point should have been a hot take here. But like Gabriel's little push on,
Romero.
like you should appeal more for that.
Nah, I don't think that's anything in it. Remember last season when Arsenal lost to
And
Newcastle?
he had his both
When
hands on
Joe
his,
Linton
yeah.
literally at the back of Gabriel's neck pushing him down, and all the PGMOL said was, "Nah, Gabriel went easy.
Yeah, but
It was
based
not
on
enough in
based
it."
on that, yeah, you're probably right. There should
Yeah,
stand.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
based
That-
on,
that- I
but
think-
Spons, I'm with
but
you.
I'm just
It
saying that's
was
more of a
definitely a little
talking point.
sus. Look, Romero.
He had
like,
a case.
He did. I would
Romero
say-
gave up
Romero
immediately.
gave
But I
up.
mean,
Yeah,
you
Romero
see,
completely
like,
was
you
out of it.
see his His
I
neck
know.
do the little whiplash thing like this. He did
I
the push.
also would have made more of a case. I wouldn't have
If
let
he
that
had to
slide.
go
so
down-
easily.
I don't think if that was given, there would have been riots.
Not
bro.
in that
There would have been
circumstance.
riots,
He had to.
bro.
What's his man's name?
It was such
Romero.
a light
Yeah,
Romero had to-
like literally.
Romero had to go down and play more on it, and then if it's given, fair enough.
Yeah.
If it gets given like that, with you
Yeah.
literally just doing this,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
and not.
No, you look.
Yeah.
I
You had to
think-
work
I-
for it.
I think the
You
goal
had to.
stands.
I think so too.
I think the goal should
No,
stand.
no,
Yeah,
the goal
goal.
should stand. Obviously, like this is Tottenham's weakness. Vicario is not a goalkeeper who's going to come out and claim a ball. He's kind of
Yep.
like De Gea.
And
He's a
Arsenal
very
are
like skinny
very
shot
good.
stopper.
Arsenal are very good at putting pressure on goalkeepers during set piece situations.
We saw Ben
bro.
White pulling off Martinez's glove in
Ben
that
White.
one
Ben
game.
White's the goat of shit house.
But no, Arsenal, this whole set piece thing, they've got it down
It's
to
a secret-
Because
it's a
also,
weapon.
like, sometimes Declan Rice takes the set pieces. Obviously, he wasn't there in this game.
And that's why I'll say Spurs were actually luckiest that Rice wasn't there because all due respect, Saka got the assist with his
Yes,
corner,
with the
but
corner.
Declan Rice's corners are better than Saka's.
yeah,
bro.
he's and even like the free kick, the crosses that he plays in off of free kicks.
No,
and stuff.
his set piece
his set
taking
pieces
is
are-
next level, bruh.
It was a good game though. Obviously, we saw
It was.
Solanke maybe could have scored.
I think
Again,
Spurs-
with the form that Raya is in, bro.
I know,
3
yeah.
clean sheets in 4 games.
Spurs play liquor though.
They do. No, they do. They play.
play-
They play
they-
super
But they
fun
play
to
in a
watch,
way
yeah.
that
So
exposes the back
where
line.
do you
That's
think
the
that
thing.
they go for? Because now they've lost. Like
I know a lot. Do you think
They've
Ange gets
lost
fired?
two or three. I
fired,
think it's
but
2
like,
losses in the
it's-
opening
it's
because they've
been a-
got 4 points from 4
it's been a
games.
difficult start.
It's been a very
innit?
difficult stand. You,
Yeah,
so you don't
bro.
think he's fired though. So you think even with this, like, my thing
The
is
fact is, no one available, man.
the thing is,
fits.
Tuchel,
I think for Spurs it's easier to
Tuchel.
replace.
Yeah, but it's
At
still.
Spurs it's easier to
Do you,
replace.
do you try and get Pochettino back now that he's at USA?
No, he just signed with the USA.
Hey, we can tee up their
He
contract.
just signed. But I don't know. Look, based on this game, Arsenal played it exactly the way they wanted to. They let Spurs
Yes,
have the
they let
ball.
Spurs.
They absorbed all of Spurs. I mean, if you want to call it pressure, they soaked it all up and they got them on a set piece attack, which I think was it basically went very according to plan. But Arteta himself in the build-up said that it was frustrating to prepare because he obviously draws up a game plan today. Gets information that someone is injured. You got to switch up the whole game plan. Someone else is injured. I mean, did you see the players on our bench, bro? We had 5 teenagers on the bench. This is the first time, and I don't know how long that I've looked at our bench and thought, oh my days, we are short. Like, we had literally like 3 17-year-olds. There was one kid I'd never even seen this dude's name before. We saw Heaven in the preseason.
Heaven?
We saw,
Heaven?
I don't know his first name. Is someone Heaven.
Holy shit!
He played in the United game in the preseason.
I
He
saw
was-
Al
he
in
was-
that
he's the-
United
He's
game.
the defender. He's the defender that
change your
for
name.
your goal. For your goal, he's the defender that
That's
they
a
cooked.
silly name.
It is a silly name.
He was there, Nwanyeri was there.
Precious and
But
Beauty. But Evan, that's weird.
Look, Arsenal, were very good. They definitely let Tottenham do their own thing.
Yeah, bro. Let them run with the ball. I mean, Jorginho and Thomas Partey, shout out to them. Shout out to Kai Havertz, the work that dude put in.
Do you
bro.
want to mention the Sterling debut? Because we did see him come on. He had a chance.
He had a
was
classic
selfish.
Sterling.
He didn't pass the ball.
Look, Martinelli as well, I'll say this. Because
Yes.
Sterling could have tried to square the ball off
Yes.
and set someone up, but he did go for goal.
Yo,
I'm not
Martinelli,
gonna-
I
I'm
don't know
not-
why he shot from so far out of
So
that.
far.
Do you know
dude.
what?
So
I
far.
will say this. Despite that moment, it was the best we've seen Martinelli this season so far.
Okay.
Despite that attempt, you know what I mean?
It wasn't even that good though. Let's be honest.
No, I'm just taking the entire circumstances into
Sheesh.
account. There was a lot of pressure on him because he was starting at left wing. It was a North London derby.
Yeah.
Considering how little we've seen from him, I think he did well against
You
Barlow,
guys
bro.
also definitely didn't need to play in black.
That whole story about the kits was
We
yeah,
did it,
yeah.
bro.
Like, you should
No,
just play
no,
in the
no.
red, yeah.
I'm just glad people were justified because in the build-up, a lot of Arsenal fans were like, "Yeah, we're wearing black for Spurs' funeral," and I was like, "Let's not get too arrogant just yet, boys." But it worked out. But yeah, I think Martinelli had a good game. Genuinely, I think the way he Pedro Porro was struggling with him. I mean, look, he's not the best defender, fullback-wise, Pedro Porro. But I think Martinelli did a very good job of stretching that whole back line out and getting space for the players to cut through when we could.
I just can't look past that chance, dude. Like either play the pass or make a better shot.
I'm
dude. You can't do
at
neither.
that point as an Arsenal
at the
fan
po-
where I
it's-
want him to take those chances because
Nah.
he needs to find his confidence
It's at
again.
the
Yes,
point.
he does need-
It's
he does
at
need
the point of the game. It was 0-0 at the time.
It was 0-0.
It was a very important chance.
Yes.
It was
They
0-0.
got away with it.
They
And
definitely
that
got
was
away
also what I've been saying. His biggest issue is he doesn't look up. When he's on the ball, he doesn't look up. I
Yeah.
think if he knows that Saka's there, I think he makes the pass because he's not a selfish player by default. I just think that he was so in his head that he didn't even take note that Saka's there.
I think he shot on purpose.
Yeah,
I think he knew someone was there, and he's like, no, like you said,
He
he's
backed
got no
himself.
confidence.
Well,
Nah,
maybe
he was
even
backing
that.
himself,
If it is a matter of he just backed
I think
himself.
he also thought, I have to score. Like, I haven't done anything in a while. It's time for me to
if
score.
it's a matter,
one-on-one.
It was 1-1, yeah.
and if it's a matter of he backed himself, I'm not gonna discredit that because he needs to do more of that. That's been his problem so far. He hasn't been pulling the trigger when he should. That's the problem. And again, I guess this is another instance of pulling it when he shouldn't because he should have rather squared the ball. But if he's getting to a point where he feels confident enough to at least be taking on a goalkeeper again, then I'm happy.
It's a good
bro.
sign for sure.
And I think that's why I say it's not at all a 10 out of 10 performance. I'm just
Not
saying
even
that
close to.
I haven't seen a 6 out of 10 from Martinelli this season. before
6
that
out of 10
game.
is not that high. That's like average,
No,
bro.
and that's what I'm saying. It's
How
just,
bad has this dude been?
He hasn't been that
His
effective.
standards are high.
No,
Get-
look,
get on the fucking
the
gravy
thing is,
train, bro.
Martinelli was effective, is what I'm saying. Yes, he didn't get the goal. He was effective because he did what he needed to do. He kept Pedro Porro at bay completely.
Okay.
He was tracking back to defend well throughout the game. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just saying, we've seen Anthony track back well before. And
We've also seen Gabriel Magalhaes score more goals in the Prem than Anthony. And he's a centre back.
Sheesh.
And he cost 26 mil.
Hey,
much
this
Anthony
we're not talking about Anthony.
just
we're not talking about
saying.
Anthony. Let's
Hey,
talk
you
about.
brought him up, bruv.
Hey, we're not talking about Anthony. Let's talk about let's talk about Big Ange for a second, though.
Yeah, Big Ange, I think he'll be
Did you
disappointed.
see his comments after the game? I always win in the second season.
I'm glad that she let him answer the question. I'm glad that the journalist let him answer.
Look, I think
Did you see that awkward?
Nah.
Are you
Dude,
gonna
it
let me
was-
answer? You're gonna keep asking.
He's such a. I love his.
No, I
interviews.
love his attitude as well. But comments like that, he's kind of sounding like Ten Hag. It's very defensive. It's kind of
Yeah.
the same thing when Ten Hag was
Yeah,
like,
his
"Oh, I've
ego-
won the second most trophies." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a defensive answer.
I don't always win things, but I always win things.
I always
in my
win
second
there.
year.
So look, I get what he's saying, but I don't think in this situation, and I don't think
Didn't call for it.
You've just lost all these games. Like that's not what you should be saying in this situation, bro. Like you
His
are
back's
doing.
against the wall.
But you are doing terribly, bro. You
I
can't
think
just blindly back
this-
yourself when
this-
you're doing so bad. Like at least
They're not
say-
doing bad.
They are doing bad.
They got
the
4
results,
points from
but
4
they're
games.
not playing shite.
4
though.
points from 4
points from
games
4
is
No,
games.
but
bad,
And-
the
bro.
and-
results have been poor. But they're not playing shit. They
Uh,
don't
This
look.
is
They
where it's
don't.
tough to be a manager, bro. Because I think again, when you look at the possession, you look at at all the stats,
They're
all the
not- they're
metrics.
not scoring any
Spurs
goals,
dominated that Arsenal game.
Yeah.
They dominated the derby, but they did nothing
They
with
did
that
absolutely
dominance.
nothing.
And that's why I think it's so hard to be a manager because it's so hard to put that on the manager when you
No,
set
I'm-
your players up in a way that made them dominate the game.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
they gave
on the
themselves-
pitch
yeah.
did
But-
not take
again,
the chances.
The context here is Arsenal are a lot of the time letting them do what they want, and Arsenal are also not playing with their two best midfielders. So
Yeah.
so you can expect this is gonna happen. I'm saying why doesn't Big Ange start fucking? Why is there no defensive midfielder in the Tottenham team? There's no Basuma. He's on.
Yo, that
Well,
five.
but
they
Basuma's
five
gotta-
in the
he's gotta-
middle,
he's gotta
all
earn that
attacking.
trust
Bro,
back.
why are you going that attacking?
He's got to earn that trust back,
you-
mate. After the
but
helium
remember,
balloons.
he got he scored a goal in his next game after
And
the
he
helium
still
thing.
said the goal was good, but Ange also said it's still got some ways to go before
I'm
you
just saying,
earn that trust back. And I respect that.
Big Ange is not making his job any easier. Taking off Madison. Madison is the only creative midfielder Tottenham have.
But
Fair
you just
enough.
That's like United taking off Bruno. You can't
Fair
do
enough.
that.
Even
you
if he
literally
was
can't do
doing
that.
you
nothing in that
definitely
game.
fucking can take Bruno off, and you can take Madison off.
You know, the
If
problem is it's a
situation
matter of
calls
who you
for it.
bring
But-
on
but
for
the-
these
yeah,
players.
yeah,
is
yeah.
the
You know
thing.
who's coming on for fucking Archie Gray? Like
And Archie Gray is a deep lying midfielder.
Tot-
He's not an attacking, forward thinking, creative.
The only good signing Ange has made is Solanke, and even that's not proven yet.
I still don't think it's a good signing.
What?
I think it was good for Spurs.
I think Solanke's
still-
really good.
I was telling Ethan last night.
Timo Werner's also been a decent sign.
No,
But again,
Timo
with
Werner
Timo Werner, the reason I'm being harsh on the Solanke thing is just because of the money paid.
You can't buy Timo
not
Werner.
free.
You can't get
Yeah,
Timo Werner. and
Timo
expect
Werner
to-
was like 9 mil or something.
You
so
can't
he's
get Timo
free,
Werner
dude.
and expect to finish top four. bro.
I think you can buy Timo Werner and
good
expect
squad
him
player.
to make a difference when he's someone
but-
that has. I think didn't you win the Champions League with Chelsea? Wasn't he part of that team?
So did Mason Mount.
And Mason Mount did something on that journey, bro.
Look,
mad are they?
you can't be signed. Tottenham are at the point now where they need to sign players like Solanke who will make an immediate impact to the
No,
first
true,
team. They
true.
need to focus on the starting
It
11.
does-
Don't,
it
don't
does
sign
make
Archie
sense.
Gray for 4 years
they
from now.
had to replace Richarlison.
Well, he's still
He's
there.
still
He's
there.
still
But
there.
I mean,
They
I'm
had to
saying,
sign a goal scorer.
I'm saying Richarlison
Timo
was
Werner's not
on
a
the
goal
way
scorer.
out. No, I'm saying he was on
yeah.
the way out, and Solanke was basically the replacement.
I think that's what I'm
for him.
saying. I think Solanke's the only good signing they've made.
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
saying
if you
Archie
break
Gray,
it down,
Archie Gray, not a good signing. Odeberg from fucking Burnley, not a good signing.
Archie Gray for me is their best signing
They
this
fucking
window. I can't lie.
that defender, that man is
Van der Ven. Yes,
He's
Van
a
der
fucking
Ven's
good
very
signing.
good.
The defenders are
I'll
good.
say that.
Udogi's good. I
That's
like
a good
Udogie as
signing.
well.
No,
But
but like,
leave it
I'm
off.
just saying, they spent how much on Archie Gray? Like 50
40 mil.
40 mil on Archie Gray. They spent
40 mil.
60 mil on Solanke.
It makes sense. That's how much you got to spend on Football Manager. So it lined up
Like,
for me, bro.
I'm
I was
saying-
like, yeah, I understand. It's Archie Gray.
Tottenham, I don't know what Tottenham want to do. Do they want to finish top 4? Because if they do, they're going to have to make better signings in
I
this.
hope that they are based off the signings they're planning for a long-term future.
Exactly.
With Ange. And I think if they just accept that, then the results that happen right now don't matter.
But
Because
I
they
don't
are
think,
clearly
I don't think,
buckling
I
down
don't think
for a
Spurs
long.
fans are accepting.
Fans need to get over themselves, bro. They don't own this club. They're not the coach of the club. With all clubs, the same goes for them, bro. If a club wants to take a 5-year plan and in that 5 years they finish outside the top 10, so be it, bro. Artis, you chose to support this club while they want to go through a transition.
You can't blame the fans.
Simple as.
You can't blame the fans.
The fans can have expectations, but also you chose to support a club that have a plan of their own. You don't influence that plan, bro. You voice your concerns if you want. But if they want to stick it out with Ange and Spurs end up finishing 7th because they see that in the future this is going to turn around, just trust the club. Trust your club. I know it's hard to trust Daniel Levy of all
I was gonna say it's hard to trust Spurs. Like I'm
Hard to trust
sure
Daniel Levy of all
Spurs fans
people,
must
bro.
have like PTSD from how many times they've been told to just like hang in
No,
there.
fair. I mean, if they've been told that,
Yeah.
even rather just been told that. You know what I mean? Like,
look, I don't know. Like I said, Big Ange is with comments like that and the way he's
Yeah.
playing. Like at least change up your tactics, bro. You
He's
can't
yet-
be
he's
full
yet to-
attack all the time.
He's yet to get a win over Arsenal in North London derby, and I think that also doesn't help with the fans. Like the fans are they're definitely getting antsy. You know what I mean? Because we all want those bragging rights. 100%, I understand that. But yeah, it's time they just realize that North London is red,
North
very
London's
much
red, yeah.
bro. And it's
Yeah.
not gonna be white anytime or whatever color they want us to play in, bro. It's that color, G. Because I still don't understand why you couldn't play in the home kit. But yeah.
Speaking of home, sponsor.
Wonderful result for us, not so much
saw
for Arne
Nottingham.
Slot. He got his first hiccup.
as good as your last game in it. Oh, you
He got it. We just
Look,
talking Prem
guys,
for now.
we talk about Premier League. We talk about
guys,
Premier League.
In context,
Yes.
it was the first question, and I'm not gonna say it wasn't answered because we didn't have an answer. But
Yeah.
then that feel like the
talk-
performance was there. Look, they snatched. It was a snatching grab.
If you're gonna lose by one goal,
These
yeah,
are
it's not so
results.
bad to lose
We
by a
were
goal
gonna-
like that.
We were always gonna lose. Obviously, it had to happen.
Yeah.
I'd rather take it now than go on. I'd rather take 3 and then lose the 4th and then maybe win the 5th.
Yeah, you don't want to lose later on in
Then
the season, bro.
win 5 in a row and win the 6th, lose the 6th. In all honesty, I take the loss now. Gives
But did the loss have to come to Nottingham Forest?
It doesn't
At
matter.
home.
Doesn't
At home.
fucking-
The thing is
like,
that
I
it was
I
1-0 at
take it.
Anfield is the issue.
I'm literally saying I'm busy taking it, and you're trying to take it.
I'm
out.
telling yeah, sponsor. I want you to feel this. I want you to feel this, sponsor.
No,
Feel it.
You can't. We did, and
To Nottingham Forest.
the more you're trying to
At home.
Can I
pile
ask
on
what-
the more
Arne
they
Slot.
stepped up and answered 2 days later.
Klopp
being
replacement.
Arsenal.
Can I ask just before you continue,
Obviously, I'm
just
being
quickly.
big Beck because of last
Look,
night.
just quickly. You did cook Ethan after the derby win,
I
the Liverpool
I
versus
deserved
United,
it.
right? Now
Yeah.
let me just ask you this: what is worse,
Did I
United
cook him?
losing?
Did I cook him?
You did cook him.
You questioned my whole club's
You
existence.
asked about why there isn't a civil war, bro. But let me just ask you: do you think it is worse, Man United losing to Liverpool at their home, or Liverpool losing to Nottingham Forest at their home?
I
like
think
I said,
I think the United
like I
was
said,
worse, to be honest.
No, I mean,
Losing to your biggest rival 3-0.
feels
You know when
worse.
people say-
it feels worse, but the thing is, Liverpool are a team of quality that should be
Must
beating
answer
you
the question.
home or away.
Must answer the
Nottingham Forest beating you
Must
at
answer.
your own
Should I
home
answer?
ground.
Should I answer?
Klopp replacement?
You know when people say if you ask me now, if you ask me this before the season,
Yes.
you asking it, then I'll take it, bro. I'd rather take a 3-0 win at Old Trafford
And then
take
a loss.
a 1-0 loss
No,
in the old.
Okay, yeah,
I
in that
agree.
context,
I agree.
cool.
Wait,
In
no,
that
no,
context, cool.
with a 3-0 or 3-1 recovery win. Yes, not in the same competition.
Yes.
But like going 1-0 down after 3 minutes, after losing 1-0 at home to Nottingham Forest,
Yep.
after a fucking 3-0 victory at Old Trafford, there's a lot to unpack there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's the big one is when the first hiccup gets asked of Arne Slot and that's Liverpool side, how do they respond? That was the first one, and I think the response was great.
Yeah, that
the,
is true.
The hiccup continued into that Champions League game.
Yeah.
Like when the cameras are all on Slot. I'm looking at this like fucking okay. Here we go.
This is your time.
Here's the music. The director of the program. Like okay, recognizing a moment. This is the moment. This is the question. Let's fucking put the camera on him. See how he's handling it. Obviously, he's not doing anything in that moment. It's up to the players. It's only 3 minutes in, but they didn't panic. They obviously stuck to his message, their message, and played their way back in the game, which was very encouraging to see. To see them not lose their heads, not like just all it was very encouraging. So I'm extremely happy.
Well, yeah, we spoke
I
about
love how
we-
you turned that Nottingham Forest loss into an
I
AC
didn't
Milan
do it.
win, bro.
That's
You
it.
you glided over that loss, bro.
I didn't do it. I witnessed the litmus. I watched Slot and the boys do it.
You know what? To be fair,
that's what football heritage
to be
is.
fair, I'm with Sponzi here in the sense of it's the 4th game of the season. If you're gonna take a loss, I'd rather it's a 1-0 hiccup. And then if you can
And
turn
you
things
respond
around with a
immediately.
Champions League win.
I'm saying with hindsight, like it's you take the 1-0 loss with an immediate response in the next game. Granted, it's not the same competition, but still, it's
It was tougher opponent,
tougher
bro.
opponent.
Much tougher opponent.
Away,
Much more
another
pressure.
country,
Much more
another
pressure. Because
competition.
even
With
though
this
you
guys-
lost that one game, you do still have the previous
Because
wins,
if he
bro.
loses that
Yes.
Champions League game, yes, it doesn't affect the league, but then all of a sudden the start of the league,
'Cause now it's a
the
domino
start of the
of the
season,
season,
is
yeah.
not start of the league. The start of the league is still good, but the start of the season all of a sudden
Question marks, bro.
goes from what a great start to like
Was it a purple patch? You know what I mean?
yeah.
With that context, though, we know Arne Slot can be found out. He was found out by Nottingham Forest. Do you still think Liverpool title challenge? Premier League. You did, sponsor.
I
You
think
did.
so.
I badly thought like
There wasn't ain't no
I
banter in this
think
one.
so.
You were telling, you were challenging.
genuinely think we're gonna fucking challenge for the
Now,
title.
that's what we're hearing now. A couple of
I
weeks ago.
still think we're gonna be
in the predictions video.
I still think we won't win the league. We will.
You'll challenge. You'll be thereabouts like you were last season.
We won't win the league. City or Arsenal will lose it. Let me put it that way.
Okay, but you still think Liverpool is gonna like
definitely
challenge?
be in and
Top
in and
three?
about. In
Top
and about.
three?
Yeah. Confidently of that.
Sheesh.
Very
I'm not gonna
confident
lie.
of that.
I have Villa as third
Who
in
the
my
fuck
predictions,
else?
and I had Liverpool. At
You
third.
guys, Spurs.
But look, I did say that third and
Villa?
fourth are interchangeable
Villa.
between Villa and
Yeah.
Liverpool. I think Villa and Liverpool
Villa
are
and
taking third and fourth.
Speaking of Champions League, we saw Villa beat Young Boys last night. Villa looked
3-0.
very good.
First time in
Yeah.
the league since
The 60s, since
when
the
they won it,
1960s,
maybe?
yeah. No, look, Villa look very good. I think Villa is a choice for third. I don't.
yeah.
Arne Slot, he's done.
Oh, Nana got another goal, by the way. Hey.
He's done.
Oh, Nana got another
he
goal for
scored a
Aston
goal, yeah.
Villa, bro.
Yeah,
This
he
dude is a proper goal-scoring threat now in
Arne
that
Slot's
team.
not even the best bald white manager in the league.
Yeah, we all know the best. Man winning 7
Look,
of the best.
Let's speak on the base because we'll start on the Premier League match. But Ten Hag in his last 2 games has scored 10 goals, conceded none. Scored. I think it's safe to say United have found their level, boys.
Ten
I just look
Hag.
United have found their level.
I, as a Liverpool fan, am
Hag.
enjoying this
La,
victory
la,
as much
la,
as
la,
they
la.
are. They are a fucking banter club. I'm sorry, you guys are banter.
Look,
Go win
even-
7-0 against
Barnsley.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Ethan,
Spons. Give it to me.
we'll start in the Prem.
While your
3-0.
rivals are playing in the Champions League.
We'll start in the
Sick.
Prem. 3-0 win over
Hey,
Southampton.
Europa next week, sponsor. Europa next week. Come.
You
come at me.
did predict a United win. Did they perform better than you
I
expected? You
thought
said
we-
you
I
weren't
thought we
expecting
do-
a performance.
I thought we do Prem predictions here.
This
We are.
is the Prem. I'm
we
talking
beat-
about the Southampton
We
game.
beat Southampton 3-0,
you're
baby.
talking about- yes.
We beat Southampton 3-0.
Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. You
And-
beat
and
Southampton.
Spons, let's-
And Rashford scored.
So Rashford scored.
Rashford scored a few in his last
Spons,
2, bro.
let's do it again.
Oh, I forget very
After
quickly.
international break.
Yeah.
Away.
Do it.
12 o'clock game.
12 o'clock.
What else was there?
It was the opening game.
Casemiro,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was the
And
opening
what
game.
was it? 3-0 to United.
After 3-0
After-
loss to yeah.
Yeah,
Fair
look,
enough.
eat-
Fair
eat-
enough.
eat-
You guys are fucking banter.
I don't know what banter you talking about.
Because this makes
know what to do.
this makes the context of the overall situation funnier. Because
Hey,
it's like
you can only beat who's in front
Nah,
of you,
you
bro.
know,
it's Swansea.
You
Yeah,
can only
go-
beat
I
who's
don't
in front of
win
you.
3-0.
You can only beat who's in front of you.
Yeah, so then when you play Arsenal, and when you play, they're
Well,
gonna fucking
wait, I
knife
think we play Spurs in like 2 weeks.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that actually might be a
It's
tough
gonna be
one.
fun.
But yeah,
But
did
no,
they
look,
perform better? You weren't expecting a performance. You expected a
No.
win, but you yourself said you weren't expecting
I
a
think I
performance.
predicted a 2-1.
Surely that must be frustrating, bro.
What?
To watch them perform and pull out that performance after watching the Liverpool and the previous games.
You know,
It's a cycle again.
to a certain extent, yes. But even in the context of the Southampton game, let's not forget the first 30 minutes were all Southampton. They literally had a penalty.
Yep.
So
That
yeah.
Onana did save.
Thank you, Onana. He saved another penalty.
fucking-
Hopefully he didn't. I'm glad he didn't do that.
The one time he doesn't
He
do it,
didn't
and
do
look
the
how it
show
works.
the goals thing.
Madness.
Big shocker.
No, look, I think he's doing that for the lols. He did do it in like a friendly or some
Look,
shit.
I want to
But he
give
also-
credit to Rashford
Yes.
for this is banter credit, but like I don't know, the cynic in me was like expecting him to be he scored and be like, oh, fucking shut
Yes.
up. And I'm glad he didn't.
He was just
obviously-
happy,
Obviously,
yeah.
you aren't in the position to do that because last time he did it.
I think Ten Hag can feel justified. I think Rashford can feel justified.
That's fair.
We basically had full control of this game. The new signings, Mazraoui, incredible. I'm going to say at 15 mil from Bayern Munich. People were saying De Ligt, he doesn't even start for Bayern Munich. Eric Dyer.
Look,
Look at
neither
De
of
Ligt
them
now.
started for Bayern.
Look at De Ligt now, scoring headers. And a very nice header in this game. But yeah, by the
against
end of
who?
this... Southampton sponsor.
You can only beat who's ahead of you.
Oh,
Okay,
you
you
can
can
only
only beat who's in front of you.
No, I thought this was the Barnsley.
Not yet. I will get onto that though, Sponsy. But yeah, by the end of the Southampton game, the entire back four was changed. He had subbed all of them out, and it was kind of sketchy because we saw some of them go down with like injuries and shit. We've heard nothing from them though, so I think all of those players are fine. But yeah, no, look, that is the exact kind of game we needed,
No, literally, bro.
leading in to a 7-0 win
Yeah.
over Barnsley, mate.
That sealed the 10 goals, bro, in 2 games. And it was like 4 days apart or something?
Yeah, no, it was
a quick
and again, it
turnaround.
was a very different team. This is Ten
Your
Hag's
football
and
changed
it's on,
quickly. eh?
dude. And you're seeing players that are like players are saying they're like going to go on strike and shit.
Yeah,
because there's too many
Rodri's
games.
threatened it.
Dude,
He
some
said
of,
that they are
and
threatening
Allison
to go
also
on
said
strike.
something I think last night
Yeah.
after the AC game.
Allison did say he said he-
Players are turning on the
he said
amount
that
of
they're
games.
they're not taking what players want into account at all. So
I would
maybe they
love
must
if
just take
players
it
do-
into
if
their
players
own.
do strike.
Yeah, I think they should, bro.
Should.
Player well-being, bro. I mean, there's too many games of football. Let's
Yeah,
be real.
and they keep adding more.
They keep adding.
But yeah, look, 7-0 against Barnsley. We saw a very different team. Ten Hag's biggest ever win. I think this
Yep.
is United's biggest ever win in the Carabao Cup.
Yep.
So look, Ten Hag is breaking records, guys.
He is, he is.
He's
good
going to talk
records.
about this record for a while, for some time to come, bro.
And
Part
he
of his
should.
plan.
And
he
any-
should,
any
'cause we beat them
journalist-
7-0.
Any journalist that doubts the achievement because of the opposition is going to tell them, I feel
Seven
sorry for you.
sounds very
I feel
familiar.
sorry for you.
Didn't we? I don't know. Didn't we beat you guys?
Ethan talk.
Anthony goal.
Ugarte debut.
You got no look.
Tell me about Ugarte, bro. My boy.
Ugarte is a monster. He's honestly the best midfielder I've ever seen.
Really? Okay, stop telling me about Ugarte.
No, look, but for what it's worth and for what he has to do in this team, he's going to be the Casemiro
So he's the
replacement.
answer.
Yeah.
He's the answer. Look,
He's gonna change this.
I know I said
one player.
I said there's no way one player can fix this
When
team.
did you say that?
I did say that.
You did say
And
that.
I think it was in the last
But now
episode.
you're
say
saying
that.
one player is gonna change the squad.
Ugarte might be the player.
Okay.
He might be good enough. Look, he's honestly just a better version of Casemiro. He's
Yeah.
younger, he's faster, he's just as aggressive.
Yeah.
A lot of examples, better versions.
I know,
of
it is-
Casemiro.
I know,
Look, like I
Just-
said, when United did sign him, there was the picture doing the rounds of his stat comparison to Declan Rice's from last season, and he was better than Rice in every single stat
No,
except for like 1 or 2.
And I know, like you don't want to believe that because obviously, what league was he in?
Yeah,
PSG.
he was in the
So like
McDonald's
obviously
league.
it's very different. You can't I can't compare stats.
Men
with,
lie, women lie, stats sometimes lie.
Yeah, but no, look, Ugarte. By the end of it, the dude's bleeding from the face. His knees cut
Warrior.
open. His blood is
blood
red.
on the knees.
red, bro.
No, look, he honestly is everything and more than what I thought he would be. Obviously, I had never really taken note of the dude, but watching him start one game against Barnsley,
Everything
is
and
all
you're
I needed.
convinced.
It's all I needed to
You're
know.
convinced, boy.
But yeah, look, 7-0, Rashford 2 goals, and again, I like Rashford playing up front in the middle.
Yeah.
Obviously, in a perfect world, he doesn't play there, but I don't think Ten Hag, our only other striker right now is Xerxes, and I don't think he wanted to start
I still
Xerxes
think in a
this.
perfect world, Rashford does talk centrally. I think he's a better striker than he is a winger, in my opinion.
The thing is,
We always talk about him being selfish. Let him play in the most selfish role in the team, bro.
no, for sure. I don't think his finishing is really that great. And we've seen him score some like crackers from outside the box. You know what I mean?
We've seen him score like 20 plus goals in one season, bro. That
But
finishing
that was
is decent
that
enough.
was all on the wing though. At the time, he was a winger.
I'm just saying, finishing wise, his finishing is decent enough.
It
bro.
is decent, but I don't think he should
Do
play
you think
anyway.
that season was detrimental to him in terms of his ego? Like after that season, that's when it was downhill because he just really started to feel like him a bit too much.
Look, Look, players, when they are at their most confident, we saw last night with Anthony, when they are at their most confident, they play their best.
But overconfidence is the thing. Look at Richarlison.
And also, we saw that with Anthony.
He saw that.
But when players are confident, they are at their best. I think Rashford with confidence is better than Rashford without confidence.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's
just by default.
But that player only gets confidence through scoring goals. And that's why I think these last two games were a dream run of games for both him and Ten Hag.
I will say, it seems like he's actively trying to make an effort to get assists and actively like try and play passes.
You have been highlighting
Last night he was playing like ball across fucking literally
Did he
across
track
the
that-
pitch
did
to
he track
Garnacho.
back?
As a striker, you don't have to.
Oh, you
It's like you
shouldn't.
don't
You
have
shouldn't have
You
to.
don't have
But in the modern game, everybody should defend.
Did he or not?
But
But okay, fair enough. You like you
Can
said,
I
he was
say
playing a
if- if
striker.
he was playing a striker,
If
yeah.
Fernando
So
Torres
if
track
he-
back, Chelsea don't win
So
Barcelona
if
in the
he, if
Champions
they,
League game.
because
bro.
he's a striker, if they throw him on the wing,
he should track
you
back.
you expect to see him track back a little bit.
Especially
Now I'm
when-
asking what you think.
Yes, he should track back.
Ah.
Especially when your opposition is Garnacho and Diallo, who do work really
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Do you think he's gonna track back in his next game?
no,
No.
chance.
Alright.
I do think he'll
But you've
start
got,
though.
but you've
I think
got
he'll
that,
start.
that dude that was the answer.
Yeah,
What's his
got,
name?
you got it.
Ugarte.
Don't forget.
Are
Don't
you-
forget the name, sponsor.
Are you-
Don't,
I've already
don't forget
forgotten
the name.
to be honest.
Are you happier with the idea of him starting now than you were a week ago?
I guess I have to be. I mean, who,
doesn't
who am
matter.
I to say no?
Let's
to?
say you can
focus
see.
on.
Would you rather see a lineup of Garnacho and Diallo on the wings with Xerxes at striker or with Rashford at striker?
You know what's tough right now is Xerxes is not really pulling his weight, and Rashford is kind of.
It's a lot of weight to pull.
It's
He's
a big boy. But Rashford is kind of pulling his weight right now, so you could argue that Rashford should
He's
be
earned
starting
it.
up front for the next
He's
game.
earned it. He got 3 goals in 2 games.
But I would probably just keep Rashford on the left. We've seen Garnacho as a super sub. He's very good.
Good
He's
impact.
very
player,
good as an
bro.
impact player.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be mad at Garnacho staying on the bench, coming on as a sub at some point for Rashford, not for Diallo, because we must keep Diallo. But yeah, Rashford, I think he got an assist as well last night. 2 goals. Garnacho, 2 nice goals. Could have had a hat-trick, missed a chance. Eriksen, 2 nice goals. And I think he got an assist as well. Eriksen, here's the thing. I'm scared that United did so well last night that Ten Hag is going to kind of stick with this team.
That may not be a bad thing considering your next game is Palace. I think this
Palace is
team-
going to be much harder than Barnsley.
But I think this team can still
You
do a
think-
job. Look, if you scored 7 against Barnsley, we'll take 5 of them away and you can score 2 against Palace.
We've
You know what
seen
I mean?
enough games to know it don't work like
Don't
that.
work like
Palace
that.
is having a shit start to the
they
season,
are.
bro.
Okay, I know what you're saying about Palace, but that whole thing of we scored 5, maybe we should. If we scored less, we might skip 2 games. It don't
Look, for
work.
sure,
Don't work.
For sure.
It don't work.
I agree Palace will be tougher. All I'm saying
look like
is...
they will score 7 in the
Look,
next
all
game
I'm
and they
saying
score
is
4.
United are A, the informed team going
Yes,
into the
for
Palace
sure,
game,
for
and
sure.
B, they the team with the morale because they've just scored 10 in 2, bro, and they
Yeah.
conceded 0.
Look, we will get into predictions in that we are going to do another
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
But yeah, just to like finish on the clock on this Barnsley game, fucking 7-0. How could I complain?
You can't
And I know
complain,
again, it's just Southampton,
You
it's just
can't
Barnsley,
complain.
but you can only beat who's in front of you, and we've like handedly beat both of those teams.
That's what I'm saying, bro. When you score 10 and concede 0 in 2 games, you literally can't. If you complain, you're just being aspirous at that point, bro. Like you're just choosing to not be happy as a football fan, because that's some proper turnaround, bro. After getting a 3-0 hiding from Liverpool,
Is it turnaround?
It's a
it
turnaround.
is a turnaround.
It is.
Much
It
like
is a
Liverpool,
turnaround.
Liverpool beating AC is a turnaround.
It is a turnaround. That was a turn from that 1-0
I
loss.
would
it was a turnaround.
I would say beating Barnsley 7-0, beating AC, it's kind of the same.
Come back.
Kind of the same. You know
Kinda
what I
same,
mean?
okay.
Kind of the same.
But yeah, look, there were a lot of turnarounds. Obviously, I mean, I'll say that Arsenal beating Spurs was a turnaround after the Brighton game, after the international break, injuries and stuff. That was a turnaround, bro.
A lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
turnarounds this week.
But I'm hoping that we'll be able to keep the momentum up. Obviously, like Ethan said, we'll do predictions, but it's Arsenal versus Man City at the Etihad next. So going to be much more testing than Spurs were. And hopefully much more of a test than Atalanta will be, because Arsenal are playing Atalanta on a Thursday night in the Champions League.
Thursday.
Very bizarre.
That
But
is bizarre.
yeah, we're not going to do a full prediction of
But
that.
I mean,
It is obviously their
Arsenal
first
should
game
win,
in
right?
the Champions League
They
this
won the
season.
Europa League at Atlanta, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
They won the Europa League. Yeah.
They did, beating
Lukman got it. They
Leverkusen.
beat Leverkusen, bro. That was when
And
Leverkusen
they
was
knocked-
still
they
invincible.
They knocked Liverpool out.
Yes.
They did. They did.
That's a decent side.
Leverkusen. Atalanta aren't a bad team at all, bro. They've still got, I think, Skamaka. I know they've got 1 or 2 key injuries. Skamaka did well. He may have flopped at West Ham, but he's doing well at Atalanta. But yeah, I mean, look, just in a nutshell, Arsenal win. Declan Rice is back for this game.
Even if Arsenal don't play their starting team to like rest
Yeah.
them for the City game,
I'd
I
like
still
to see
think they
some
win.
players rested. I'm not going to lie. Maybe rest
Start
either Gabriel or
Caliafieri,
Saliba.
Kivior, start.
Yep.
Party,
Rest
start,
Timber.
Jorginho.
Rest, yeah, there's a lot of room for resting. You know what I mean? There's a Sterling probably starts.
Sterling, yeah,
I think
start.
Sterling gets his first start
Ooh,
for
this
the
is a
club.
nice game
Rest
for
Saka
Sterling.
because Saka came off injured in the Spurs game, came off limping, and I'd rather he gets a game off before that Man City game. But yeah, we will be back to do some predictions for the next Premier League fixtures. But let us know what you guys make of the results from match week 4 in the Premier League. Are you happy if you're a United fan? I know you are. If you're an Arsenal fan, it goes without saying, North London is red. And on that note, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.